Spent a week in a dusty library, waiting for some words to jump at me. We met by a trick of fate. French Navy, my sailor maid. We met by the moon and the silvery lake. You came my way, said I want you to stay. You with your dietary restriction said you love me with a lot of conviction. I was waiting to be struck by lightning, waiting for somebody excited like you. Oh, the thing that you do, you make me go ooh. With the thing that you do, you do, you do. I wanted to control it, but love, I couldn't hold it. I wanted to control it, but love, I couldn't hold
Hi guys, Fat Sammy here from PulseBitcoin.win, PulseChain.com and Hex.com. How you doing? Today we're in London, in Shoreditch, and I just wanted to talk about a value proposition for you, that being Pulse Bitcoin. So we already know about the maximum 21 million token supply that'll ever exist. We also know that 1 million of those tokens have been burnt. So there's only ever going to be 20 million tokens. Now we're on halving 3, which is actually the 4th halving. So what does that mean? Well, it means that all the people mining using ASIC mining tokens, they're only now competing for the remaining, I believe it's 6.2%. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's around that point. So really we're only competing now for the remaining small supply of Pulse Bitcoin tokens. Now I want you to imagine another thing, right? There's a very strong core team of hardcore believers on the ETH side, which I'm part of, proudly part of, and as a group of 8 people, we pretty much have around 60%, 70% of the mining power. And we're not selling. We have no plans to sell our mining rewards. We understand that any project that wants to go up like the S&P 500 consistently in price, it means you have to have a core group of people, or one person, but we're decentralized, we prefer to do it in a group of people not selling, right? And the way we do that is by borrowing against our assets. So if you're Elon Musk certainly doesn't sell his Tesla stock, for example. Sorry, there's we're just in London here. Here we are, I'll give you a little view here. There we are, East London. No, but Elon Musk wouldn't sell his Tesla stock, for example, or Jeff Bezos wouldn't sell his Amazon stock. He'd actually borrow against it, right? And that's the key thing. So the same way we utilize Aave to borrow against our Ethereum, we can do we do the same thing internally with Pulse Bitcoin. So that's the kind of key. So now imagine that out of that 6%, 6.2% available to be mined, let's say 60% of that is in the hands of our team who are passionate Pulse Bitcoiners. So now you've only got 3%, less than 3%, which is actually dumpable. Let's say 2.8%, something around there. Now, 2.8% of total supply, potential dumpable. That's why you're now seeing, when we tried to push price up before, a couple of halvings ago, we managed to get up to 19 cents. It wasn't easy for us to kind of hold it there because there was still some legacy holders there that were just mining with let's say 400,000, 200,000, 500,000 ASIC, and they were just dumping it on the market each time. So even people like Pepe, who was early in the project, said, oh, I'll come back to PulseBitcoin potentially after they've had a few halvings under their belt. Now that was obviously great if you're a dumper and you just want to use it for yield farming. Great, you were earning 7.5% in the first halving, and then half of that and half of that. So it was a great token for people who wanted to extract value. And now, similar to Hex, the way Hex has now reduced its kind of reduced that staking reward for the bull run. Well, we've got that effect. So the next halving will be in I believe next May. So yeah, so just try and get your head around this. It's really exciting time to for price with PulseBitcoin, and I think what you're going to find is you start moving up like a staircase and holding its value, moving up, moving up, moving up. I think a lot of people are surprised. I think if you're buying PulseBitcoin below 5 cents right now, it's an absolute steal. Not financial advice, but look at those top 10 wallets. You've got the burn address being one of the larger ones, about 1 million tokens, as I said earlier. You've got the Uniswap liquidity pool being one of the larger ones in the top 10. You've got the Omni Bridge, the bridge with Pulse Chain being another one. Then all the other wallets, I know the people personally, and they're all hardcore believers that were buying at less than 1 penny all the way up to the current price. So yeah, what you'll see is something quite explosive, I believe, and something quite exciting. And if you're on the Pulse Chain side, you've got a different advantage, whereas they're not as cohesive on that side. It seems like there's a lot more dumping going on that side because they're a little less mature. They've had less time to kind of build their team over there. And obviously I'm on both for full transparency. But at least what you're going to have is when Pulse starts to pump, when Ethereum starts to go up, Pulse is a leverage, Pulse Chain is a leverage on that Ethereum price. And then you've got all that wonderful $1 billion worth of SAC money that could deploy from ETH over into Pulse. So having a token with limited supply, like PulseBitcoin only having 20 million supply, locked in with Pulse, you're going to have some amazing performance there. So yeah, there's that side of it. So through Hart's Law, you may get some. So who knows what will outperform? Pulse Chain peer-to-speak could really kind of blow people's minds, you know. So I think both are sound options depending on what you kind of want to go for. Obviously, there's a price discount on the Pulse Chain side. But yeah, different strategies. There's a lot of development going on there. I'd say slightly more development going on the Pulse Chain side. But you kind of got the more traditional investors on the ETH side. So it's really interesting to see how it plays out. And I do believe that one day both of those sides will kind of truly mix. But yeah, exciting times, guys. I've just got a meeting now. Someone's coming, so I just wanted to give a small update about this, and yeah, I'll try and post another video later talking about what I call reality check, and that kind of touches on some of the subjects of what does it mean to be in. It's okay to be in DeFi. We understand what that means, peer-to-peer exchange and liquidity pools, but what does it mean to be decentralized? And what's the difference perhaps between getting a seat on a plane or being the driver of a car? So yeah, that's probably the subject of the next one. So I've been Fat Sammy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Go to pulsebitcoin.win for more information, or go into the official Telegram group if you'd like to talk to the team. And yeah, have a lovely day.